Hello friends, today we are going to continue chapter number 8, Natural Resources, lecture number 9. Friends, in the previous lecture, we discussed about different types of resources, classification of resources. We discussed about the classification of resources on the basis of ownership, on the basis of reavailability, that is renewable and non-renewable resources. We discussed about the classification on the basis of distribution. After that, we learned about the uses of resources. We also discussed about the planning of these resources and learned about the important part, that is important resource, that is soil. In the previous session, we discussed about what is soil. Soil is considered as the uppermost layer of the earth crust. We can say the topmost layer of the crust of the earth, that is called soil. If we dig the ground, what we will find first? Whenever we dig the ground, what we will find first? That is the soil. Right? We always find the soil first. So it is the topmost layer of the earth crust. Lots of minerals are present in it, we can say. We also discussed that, friends, this soil is very important resource for the survival of mankind. We get our food from agriculture, and for agriculture, the soil is needed. The more fertile soil, the more productivity can be achieved. Friends, this soil is associated with mankind from birth to death, we can say. It is a very important part of our human life. Here, and that is why it is said, all our activities are based on this land. So, it is our duty to preserve this soil. We have to give our maximum effort to prevent this soil erosion. So, friends, we also discuss about the soil formation. That soil is formed due to the parental rock. From the parental rock. Parental rock means from which the soil takes birth. This type of rock is different in different regions. We discussed the first process, that is the denaturation of these rocks takes place due to the natural element, natural factors like temperature, rain. So, due to these natural factors, the denaturation of these rocks takes place, and these rocks convert into fine granules. This converts into fine granules, जिसे हम धूल कहते हैं. And after that, the natural elements like air and water is mixed in it, and the soil is formed. Here it is said that soil is very important for growing of plants, crops, for agriculture, we can say, and that is why it becomes an important part. We also discussed that the formation of this soil is not a process of some days, some weeks, or some years. It is a process of more than hundreds of years. And so, it becomes our duty to preserve this resource, to preserve this soil, and prevent the soil erosion. We learned in the last point that there is different types of soil. The soils are classified on the basis of the color, structures, appearance. So today we are going to learn about such types of soils of India. So let us move forward. Here it is said, Indian Council of Agricultural Research, ICAR, has divided the soil of India into 8 types. Friends, Indian Council of Agriculture Research, the council that is doing research on agriculture, that has divided this soil, by doing the research on the basis of agriculture, they have divided this soil into 8 parts. And this Indian Council of Agriculture Research, they are working on the soil that creates fertility, that is very useful for agriculture, and short form is ISER. Friends, here the full form of ISER can be asked in your board exam. Here, Indian Council of Agriculture Research divided into 8 types of soil. First is alluvial soil, second marshy or peaty soil, third red soil, fourth mountain soil, fifth black soil, sixth laterite soil, seventh desert soil, and last is forest soil. Friend, one important thing is, of all these soil, mountain soil and forest soil are found at different altitude in the mountainous region. Here it is said, both this soil, mountain and forest soil is also found in the mountainous regions. But friends, these soil are found at the different altitude, जिसे हम ऊंचाई कहते हैं. It is found at the different altitude. Though some of the characteristics are same. We learn about the forest soil and the mountain soil when we learn them particularly in the later lecture. Today, we will learn one by one about the different types of soil. Let us move forward towards important soil, that is alluvial soil. Friends, we have already studied about this alluvial soil in standard 9. How this alluvial soil is formed? We learned this alluvial soil is formed due to the deposition of alluvium. Alluvium, it is a deposit of sand, clay, silt that is formed. It is deposited by the flowing water of the river valley, and it is deposited on the banks of the river, and due to which this soil is formed. Here it is said, friend, it is formed due to the alluvium. What is alluvium? It is a deposit of clay, silt and sand that is left by flowing water in a river valley that the river deposits along its banks. Friends, we learned in the 9th standard that this alluvial soil is also divided into 2 types of different soil. One is Khadar soil and another is Bangar soil. What is Khadar soil? It is said it is the part of this alluvial soil, but the Khadar soil is the newly deposition of this alluvium. The newly deposition of alluvial soil, the soil that is formed due to the newly depositions of this alluvium, is known as Khadar. And Bangar, the totally opposite of Khadar, that is, it is formed due to the older deposition of alluvium, that is known as Bangar. So friends, this soil contains potash, phosphoric acid and limestone in large quantity, large proportion we can say, whereas nitrogen and humus is in very small proportion. Friends, here it is clearly mentioned that the content of potash, phosphoric acid and limestone is in a very large quantity, in an excessive quantity, whereas the content of nitrogen and humus is heavy in a very lesser quantity. So here it is said about 43% of area of India is covered with this alluvial soil. Here it is clearly given that 43% area of India is covered with this type of alluvial soil, meaning nearly 50% of the Indian area is covered with this alluvial soil. This soil, here it is said that this soil is formed in the northern plain from the Brahmaputra valley in the east up to Satluj in the west, and in the delta region of Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri rivers. Friends, here the region is given where we can find this type of soil. These types of soil can be found in the northern plain region of Brahmaputra in the east, northern plain region. We all already done in the previous session about the different landscape. In that we have the plain region. Here this soil is found in the northern plain region. So the northern plains or from the Brahmaputra in the east and up to Satluj in the west. Friends, this soil is also found in the delta region of Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri rivers. Means it is also found in the west and the south part of India as well. So these are the areas where this alluvial soil can be found. The nitrogen content in this soil can be stabilized if crops of pulses are grown. Friends, farmers always think of the crops that gives them more productivity. They are always thinking of growing the crops that is earning them more and more money. Due to which they always prepare the crops that gives more productivity from a particular farm. So here, if the farmer wants to grow more productivity from this alluvial soil, then they grow more and more pulses in this type of soil. Here it is said, if the more amount of pulses are grown in this type of soil, the content of nitrogen is increased in heat. Here it is said that nitrogen content in this soil can be stabilized. It can be stabilized, gathered. If crops of pulses are grown, if more the pulses are grown, then the content of nitrogen can be increased, due to which the fertility can also be increased. Crops like wheat, paddy means rice we can say, sugarcane, jute, cotton, maize, etc. These are the crops that can be grown on this alluvial soil. So, friends, here we can see this alluvial soil covers major part of the Indian land area. Now moving towards another soil, that is marshy or peaty soil. Marshy or peaty soil. Here it is said that this soil develops in humid region due to accumulation of biotic elements. Marshy or peaty soil is found in the region where the climate is humid. We can see this soil in the humid region. Here it is said that in this type of soil, in marshy or peaty soil, the element of biotic elements are more. Here, as we learned in the previous part, that what is this biotic resources? Biotic resources that has life in it. Here, the more element of biotic are seen in this type of soil. Here it is said that during rainy season, the marshy land gets submerged under water. Here it is said mostly this type of soil is submerged under water during rainy season. It is covered totally by water during rainy season. It absorbs more water. So here it is said during rainy season the marshy land gets submerged under water. This soil has an excess of biotic elements and minerals but has lesser quantity of phosphate and potash. Here it is said this soil has an excess of biotic elements in it. As more amount of water is stabilizing, due to it the biotic elements and minerals are present in it. The more and more biotic elements and minerals are present in larger quantity, while here it is said that less quantity of phosphate and potash are seen in this type of soil. This soil is formed in very limited area. We can say, friends, this type of soil is found in very limited area of our country. Such soil is found in Odisha, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Bihar, Uttarakhand, etc. Friends, these are the regions where we can find this type of soil. Such soil are found in Odisha, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Bihar, Uttarakhand, etc. Friends, this region can be asked in your marking of your map part also. So you need to take care about these regions. Here today we covered about these two topics, that is alluvial soil and marshy or peaty soil. Friends, let us take a look quickly. Indian Council of Agriculture Research (ICAR) divided this soil into 8 types: alluvial soil, marshy or peaty soil, great soil, mountain soil, black soil, literate soil, desert soil, and forest soil. Of these, forest and mountain soil are found at the different altitude in the mountainous region itself. Then, looking about the alluvial soil, it is formed due to the alluvial deposition at the river valleys. At the bank of the river, this soil contains more amount of potash, phosphoric acid and limestone, while lesser quantity of nitrogen and humus is present in it. About 43% of our land area is covered by this alluvial soil. This soil is found in the northern plain of Brahmaputra in the east up to Satluj in the west, and if we see, it is also found in the delta region of Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri region. Crops like wheat, paddy, sugarcane, jute, cotton, maize, etc. can be grown. Then PTA marshy soil, it grows in the humid region, and it is said it is due to the accumulation of biotic elements, because more and more biotic elements are accumulated gathered in this type of soil. This soil has an excess of biotic elements and minerals but has less quantity of phosphate and potash. During rainy season, we see this type of soil totally submerged underwater, and it is found in limited areas like Odisha, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Bihar, Uttarakhand, etc. Friends, this was the information about alluvial soil and marshy and peaty soil. The next soil we will cover in the next session. Thank you.